From an obvious cheater in a MrBeast video to Jimmy almost dying, these are MrBeast moments you missed. This guy won $500,000 after cheating in a MrBeast video because he trapped these two people in a room for 100 days together to win $500,000. And every 10 days, he would simply offer them something to make the challenge easier in exchange for some of their money. So on day 40, he gave them a TV for free, but the catch was, in order to use it, they would need to buy movies for $10,000 a piece. They declined the offer quickly and went on to the next day where Jimmy got absolutely outplayed because the guy ripped a wire out of the wall and frayed the wire so that he could plug it into the back of the TV to act like an antenna where they could hopefully pick up a few channels. And just moments later, they picked up 7 channels for absolutely free, giving them entertainment for the rest of the 100 days and both of them winning the prize money. But subscribe if you would win this challenge.
MrBeast started crying after burying himself alive because he would challenge himself to live 10 feet underground for 7 days straight, and everything was going well. But after being trapped for so long, he started to get depressed. He couldn't even prepare a meal because he lost all of his energy. He would even make jokes about his friend's mom in hopes to make him feel better, but it wasn't enough because he would start crying after realizing how hard it is to be alone with only your thoughts, emotions, and no way of escaping. So if you would save MrBeast, subscribe.
MrBeast is known for making others happy, but these are 3 times he got angry. Coming in at number 1 is when MrBeast had a guest rate his Feastables chocolate and he let his anger out on this.
Do whatever you feel comfortable with.
But at number 2 is when MrBeast Burger had its opening day and MrBeast got overwhelmed with the tension.
I don't know. I need people thinking and helping me.
Yeah.
I need someone actually making them leave. I take a photo with Carl or leave, but no one's doing these things.
That's right. Let's figure out this shit show.
And at number 3 is the time MrBeast was playing a game and he did this to his iPad.
We are now going to turn off the iPad and we're going to just take it and we're just going to drop it and we're never going to play the game again.
So if you think MrBeast can buy a new one, subscribe. MrBeast almost died because in his most recent video, he would drive a $1 car off the side of a mountain where he would be seen watching from below and a tire literally flew off from the car, which if that hit MrBeast would have left him dead. So if you're glad MrBeast survived, subscribe. MrBeast just traveled the world to allow people to hear for the first time, and these were the 3 best moments. Coming in at number 1 is when a father heard his daughter's voice for the first time and it even made MrBeast emotional.
Can you hear me talking now?
Yes.
Oh my god. Wait, he can hear me.
I'm going to cry.
But at number 2 is when MrBeast helped a mother hear again and her daughter said this.
I used to watch him like a lot. I
Used to?
No, stop.
What happened?
And at number 3, MrBeast thought he wasn't helping enough, so he just started giving out money.
You guys just won $10,000.
Okay, open your eyes.
You won $10,000.
Oh my god.
Subscribe.
If you love MrBeast. MrBeast saved this guy's life. Earlier today, MrBeast uploaded a video where he got 1,000 blind people and cured their ability to see. You're probably thinking, how is this even possible? Well, MrBeast hired professional surgeons to complete these operations because the lens in their eyes gets so clouded that they can't see through it. So the surgeon uses a tiny vacuum to suck up their clouded lens and replace it with an artificial one. And here's some of the reactions.
What's it like?
Oh, wow.
So subscribe if you love MrBeast. MrBeast just saved these homeless dogs. Because when MrBeast saw this dog in the shelter, he instantly fell in love. I mean, he's just so cute. How could you not?
He deserves a nice loving home.
But that wasn't the only dog he saved. Because Chandler and Carl found their dream dogs, and they had an argument over which dog was cuter.
Sorry, are you getting Netflix or is that just me?
Sorry, are you putting a dog to sleep by your cuteness?
But MrBeast hated seeing these dogs completely helpless. So he ended up taking all of them to the pet store, and they got any toys they wanted.
Oh, he picked this one. There you go, buddy.
You're going to have fun, aren't you, buddy?
He ended up spending over $4,000 just on toys. So if you want MrBeast to spoil you with toys for your pleasure, subscribe.
MrBeast almost died after an assassin tried to kill him because he hired the assassin to win $100,000 if he could kill MrBeast by the end of the day. And let's just say the assassin wasn't playing around because he tracked MrBeast to his hotel, but when he arrived, he was fooled. MrBeast bought every room in the hotel and even had sumo wrestlers in one room and a mariachi band in another to distract him. The assassin was furious and tracked Jimmy all the way up to the 20th floor, but MrBeast ran to the elevator before he could catch him, making his way down to the first floor and escaping to the next location in a Lamborghini. Now this is where things took a turn, because MrBeast faked an injury to see if the assassin would still stab stab him with a rubber knife, and he definitely didn't hesitate to do it, and ended up winning $100,000.
MrBeast almost died because his friend passed out while driving him around, and this is how he escaped death.
And so I was like, I gotta, in my head, I'm like, I gotta take his foot off the gas. And so I can't see the road. So I'm steering the car, but to take his foot off the gas, I have to put my head below the steering wheel so I can reach it. And I just put my head below the wheel. I grabbed his foot and just threw it off the gas. And then I look up and I'm like, oh, we're still going straight. Then we're off. We didn't hit a car.
So if you would do this to save your friend, subscribe. MrBeast contestants almost died because he would upload a video where whoever can survive this laser maze wins $250,000. And the contestants would have to go through a series of lasers and
Death beams.
But it didn't end well for this contestant because the death beam would absolutely obliterate her, leaving only 2 people who could barely make it out to win the money. Which leads to the final challenge where MrBeast put all of the laser mazes in one, which made it almost impossible to survive. And when this guy tried to jump across the death beam, he literally got boomed, making this girl automatically win the challenge. So if you would put your life on the line in a MrBeast challenge, subscribe. MrBeast could lose all of his money because a company called Virtual Dining Concepts, also known as the MrBeast Burger franchise, is suing Jimmy for over $100 million. And the reason why they're doing this is they believe Jimmy didn't meet promotional obligations and made some comments about the company that made irreparable harm, pointing out deleted tweets in which Jimmy said he wanted to end the partnership and signed a bad deal. But he also referred to the food Beast Burger was serving as disgusting. And because of this, they reached out to MrBeast for a response, but he hasn't provided one yet, which leads to people on the internet spreading their own thoughts, pointing out that $100 million lawsuit doesn't mean much to MrBeast because he's worth so much more. But then others are saying that it's his own fault because he was publicly bashing the company. I mean, I don't know how I feel about the situation, but $100 million? Yeah, that sounds crazy to me. So if you guys think MrBeast is gonna win this lawsuit, subscribe. MrBeast almost died after spending 7 days in solitary confinement because during the challenge, Jimmy had to spend his days locked away in this empty white room with absolutely no outside interaction, no electronics, and no concept of time at all. Which means as the days go on and he falls asleep, he's gonna lose track of how many days he actually has left during the challenge. His friends send him food to eat at random hours of the day, so he never really knows when he's gonna eat. And this becomes a huge problem because Jimmy would sleep to try to get to his next meal faster, but he would actually end up sleeping through the meal and skipping entirely, which could harm him. And at one point during the challenge, they literally started sending empty food trays to troll him. So if you love MrBeast, subscribe. MrBeast got trapped in shark-infested waters during his new $1 vs $250 million private island video, where he took a boat to the $250 million island and had to take a pit stop while he was there. So he jumped in this cage with these blood-seeking sharks in hopes to not get attacked by one so he could record his video. And while this is super dangerous, Nolan made it 10 times worse by throwing dead fish into the water for the sharks to eat and start getting aggressive over. Once he did this, the shark started bumping Jimmy's cage, making it super scary for him. And because they kept rocking the cage by hitting it, he decided to go ahead and get out of the water back to safety.